Hey guys, today I'd like to touch base on what a VPN is and what a VPN does, as well as what a VPN is not. So I'd like to touch base on understanding what a VPN is first. So a VPN is a way to tunnel from your computer privately to another server where it will then connect to the internet. So it basically changes your gateway from your ISP to the server on the internet where you would have access then to the broader topic of the internet. So that is what a VPN is. Now, in most cases, you have something called a split tunnel VPN, which is usually used in business cases where you have a user that maybe has a lot of web-based traffic they have to do for, it could be for marketing purposes. And then they also have the need for access into the office. And when that happens, your remote client, so somebody like this person down here, this remote client, would have access directly to the internet, but then also access to the VPN server. And the only traffic that would be routed to your VPN server at that point would be the traffic that matches your internal network file server or whatever the restricted access is that's given to the user. All other traffic would then go out to the internet. Now that happens in most business practices, but when you're in home, and you're trying to connect to the internet and you're going to use a third-party service for VPN, how does that actually work? Okay, so you purchased a VPN service that you're excited to use for the first time and you want to use it to encrypt your data to the internet. But are you actually getting that? Now, the reason why I bring this up is because there's a lot of conversation on the internet from people that I don't think have the background in the IT services or in technical knowledge that know specifically how this works. So let me explain how this works. When you purchase a service such as this Hide Me or the ExpressVPN service or nordVPN or ProtonVPN, what you're getting is basically what they're claiming you're getting is this. You're getting your connection encrypted through the internet to their VPN services, which then allow the traffic to leave their VPN services out to the internet as encrypted data. What does that actually mean in layman's terms? So basically what you're doing is you're just changing the location where your data stream starts. So where your data stream starts in your home infrastructure without a VPN is basically what you see here on the screen. You're on your laptop or your desktop. You're connected through your router, whether it's wirelessly connected or you're connected physically through the router. So you could be on a laptop connected wirelessly through the router, or your desktop connected physically through your router, or your switch. It's a loose term these days because of different layers, but we don't need to get into that. Once that router gets the information from your desktop or your laptop, it routes the data to your modem, your ISP, or your internet service provider, for instance, Time Warner or Spectrum or Cox. There's a variety of them out there. And then it connects to the internet. Now, if you're using a web service like Google or you're using DuckDuckGo or any of those browser, or any of those search engines, they all encrypt their data. All that data uses HTTPS for encryption. And the data is routed through your ISP to these different locations through public DNS. So basically, the public DNS translates the physical name to the address number and then routes the traffic out to the internet. That is encrypted. That's encrypted data. Your Netflix data is encrypted too. They all use custom ports. They all use encryption. They all use a signed SSL certificate. So it's important to understand that just because you don't use a VPN service doesn't mean that your data is not encrypted when it leaves your router, when it leaves your modem out to the internet. It is encrypted if it's encrypted traffic. Now there's some traffic that isn't encrypted, but 99% of traffic from 2020 through current is encrypted traffic. So understand that your VPN service that you're purchasing, that they claim it's a tunnel with encryption, the only thing you're really getting is the tunnel piece because the encryption already exists. That's done through the certificates that are provided by these manufacturers, by the websites, by the HTTPS protocols you use to connect to the internet. So now that we've covered the tunnel, we've covered the virtual portion of what the network is, let's talk about the privacy. So the privacy is an interesting topic here because I think the majority of people who sign up for these VPN services sign up under the notion that they're actually getting a private connection out to the internet. And the reality is that the privacy really already exists. You have the SSL certificate. You already are encrypted connecting from your ISP out to the internet in 99% of the cases. So what are we missing? Well, what we're missing here is kind of the most important part, is when you sign up for these services, like for instance, there's Hide Me, or there's ExpressVPN, or there's nordVPN, or ProtonVPN. The reality is that when you sign up for these services, you're providing them with your email address, and you're providing them with your credit card information that contains your billing address. And once you do that, the data that you're actually sending out to the internet has more information about who you are than if you just used your ISP. Because when you sign up for your ISP, they know your address, they know your name, they know the traffic as far as like stuff that's generated from your modem out, but that's about it. They can't see beyond your router. So all your traffic shows that it's coming from the router. They can't see all the devices that are connecting from inside your network out. They just see from the router, and that's it. So it only appears to be one device that's connecting out to the internet. Now that could be hundreds of devices on your internal infrastructure, but they only see that one. But when you use these services, because of the way you have to sign up and because of the information you have to disclose, the traffic that you're actually sending out, it knows your address, it knows your MAC address, it knows your IP information. If you have a phone, it knows your IMEI information, it knows your first and last name, it knows where you're from, it knows your physical location, it knows everything. So the traffic that you're sending through these providers actually contains more information than if you just use the ISP to send the information in the first place. I would actually suggest what you do is if you really want to encrypt your data and your traffic, you get a decent firewall and you build yourself out with a certificate and encrypt your data with your own certificate. That would give you more security than using this, especially for the pricing. So this is $7 a month. I mean, $7 a month, and you're basically giving them your fingerprint and a picture of yourself waving when you connect to the internet. Now, what I will say is what these services do provide is the ability to appear that you're connecting from another country. For instance, this is ProtonVPN. They're Swiss-based, which means basically when you connect to ProtonVPN, you're connecting and showing that you're coming from a different country. And the nice thing with ProtonVPN is you could choose which country you're connecting from. So they have VPNs all over the place and give you the ability to connect in different locations, like for instance from Switzerland. Now, one of the things that they tote on their website specifically is that when you connect, you could stream services from anywhere. And the reason they do that is because some countries block the ability to stream services, period. So in those countries, you could use the VPN to stream the services and give yourself the ability to watch things. That said, this is designed specifically for you as a person who goes on vacation. So you live in the US and you go on vacation to, say, Switzerland, or you go on vacation to Spain. And what you want to do is you want to watch movies, but you want to watch the movies you pay for. What you're going to do is you're going to use this VPN service to connect back to the US, so that way you could stream the movies that you pay for with the account that you have set up in the US. That's what this is designed to do. This is not designed to do the flip side, where you sign up to the service in the US, and then you connect to a Switzerland-based server, and you stream the data from Netflix at Switzerland because the content is different. When you do that, and you actually stream the service back from another country back to you, you're violating the terms and service to Netflix and all these other streaming agencies. And the reason why is because there's copyright laws based off of the location you live. So when you violate the copyrights of the actual videos you watch, you basically are doing something that they consider illegal. And this is not what this service is designed to do. So there you have it, guys. That is what these VPN services are and what they are not. Hopefully this helps you guys make an educated decision as to whether or not you want to pay for something that in essence is really doing nothing for you as far as security is concerned. Hopefully you enjoyed these videos and this content. Like and subscribe for more videos. Hopefully I can keep these security videos coming. Thank you. Bye now.